It's starting to get hot around here, so let's head north for some cooler weather. Hey there, I'm Brian Rollins, your host for the Dorky, Geeky, Nerdy Trivia Podcast. Each week we'll bring you 30 questions on a variety of topics. July 1st is Canada Day, and we wanted to celebrate the Great White North with questions about the country's history and geography. If you're new here, welcome aboard. You'll find rules and scorecards at dorkygeekynerdy.com/rules. There are 3 rounds of 10 questions, each harder than the last. I'll read you the question, and then you'll have 5 seconds to solve it before I reveal the answer. All set? Great. Let's begin. The Dorky Round. Number 1. Canada became a country in what year? (1867). Number 2. Canada ranks where in terms of land size? With nearly 10 million square kilometers, it's the second biggest country. Only Russia has more land. Number 3. At 244,000 kilometers, Canada has the world's longest what? Coastline. Number 4. How many oceans does Canada touch? Three: the Pacific, the Atlantic, and the Arctic. Number 5. Billed as the greatest outdoor show on Earth, what annual rodeo is held in Alberta? The Calgary Stampede. Number 6. Until 2007, what was the largest freestanding structure on Earth? The CN Tower in Toronto. It was passed by the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. Number 7. What is Canada's oldest national park? Banff National Park. It was established in 1885. Number 8. What is Canada's leading export? Mineral fuels, including oil. Number 9. In March 1848, water was blocked from flowing over what feature? Niagara Falls. Number 10. The first organized one of what was hosted in Montreal on March 3rd, 1875. A hockey match. And yes, it ended when a fight broke out. The Geeky Round. Number 1. The United States invaded Canada in what year? (1812). The invasion was repulsed. Number 2. The progenitor of what law enforcement agency was formed in 1873 with only 9 officers? The Royal Canadian Mounted Police, or as they're often called, the Mounties. Number 3. The town of Snag, Yukon Territory is famous for what meteorological event? It had the coldest temperature ever recorded on Earth, minus 63 degrees Celsius. Number 4. The first Europeans visited Canada in what century? Norse explorers reached Newfoundland in the 11th century, around 1000 AD. Number 5. The Klondike Gold Rush began in what year? (1896). It lasted about 3 years, during which an estimated 100,000 prospectors flooded the Yukon. Number 6. Who was the first Canadian Prime Minister? Sir John A. MacDonald. Number 7. How many women have held the position of Prime Minister of Canada? One. Kim Campbell was the 19th Canadian Prime Minister and held office from June to November 1993. Number 8. What is the largest island in Canada and the 5th largest in the world? Baffin Island. Number 9. What fictional character is based on a black bear cub from Canada? A. Milne's Winnie the Pooh. The bear in question was named Winnipeg, or Winnie for short. Number 10. With only 11 days of snow per year, which city is the warmest in Canada? Vancouver. The Nerdy Round. Number 1. Canada didn't get its own flag until what year? (1965), 98 years after the founding of the nation. Number 2. On September 11th, 2001, 33,000 passengers made what small Canadian town their home for a few days? Gander, Newfoundland. The town had less than 10,000 residents at the time and played host to over 3 times as many people when the U.S. shut down its airspace. Number 3. The Canadian motto, Amare usque ad mare, means what in English? From sea to sea. Number 4. Canada first hosted the Olympics in what year? (1976). Montreal hosted the Winter Games after Denver passed on them. Number 5. In 1642, a group of religious mystics followed a vision to form what would later become what city? Montreal. Number 6. Which territory's name translates into our land? Nunavut. It's the newest and largest Canadian territory in Canada, created in 1999. Number 7. Commissioned by Henry VII, what Italian explorer would sail to the New World and discover Canada in 1497? John Cabot, or Giovanni Caboto. Number 8. Bernick Lake, Manitoba, is home to the largest deposit of what rare element? Cesium. Number 9. Founded in 1605, what city is the only walled city in Canada? Quebec City. Number 10. The opening of what was delayed by a year due to a sonic boom? The Ottawa International Airport. I hope you enjoyed this week's romp through Canada. We'll feature other countries around the world as topics for history and geography. If you have a suggestion for a country or any topic to cover, drop us a line at dorkygeekynerdy.com or find us on Facebook and Twitter. We're always interested in suggestions for the next episode. Speaking of which, here's your clue for next week. Who has ignored wealth and fame because action is his reward? Next week, you'll get your first taste of guest host Blaine Dowler. Blaine has been helping behind the scenes here, and he hosts his own podcast over at Bureau42.com, covering everything from X-Files to comic book physics. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to subscribe on your podcast app of choice, follow us on Twitter and Facebook, and share it with your trivia-loving friends. You can find more info at dorkygeekynerdy.com, including links to this week's Book of the Week, Canada, in Illustrated History. The book covers the country from the First Nations to Canada's contributions to space exploration. I'm your host, Brian Rollins. Thanks for listening.